Thirdly, coming to urinary tract infections. Again, a very common challenge or troublesome situation that some of the patients have recurrent urinary tract infections. So broadly, when you look at urinary tract infections, it can be as simple as the infection of the bladder and the urethra. That is the lower urinary tract. Of course, this is for the general person. In a transplant patient, any type of infection would be a complicated UTI. So this, when it is affecting the lower urinary tract, you may have frequency of urination, irritation, some pain while urinating. And once it affects the transplant kidney, it becomes a pyelonephritis or a graft pyelonephritis. It is a more serious situation and it can lead to spread of infection in the blood. As I mentioned, any infection in the transplant recipient automatically becomes a complicated UTI. Fourth is important, which is asymptomatic bacteriuria. That means when we check your urine, you're growing some bacteria in it, but you do not have any symptoms whatsoever. So whether to treat or not, again, this is a very common situation. In the early post-transplant period, probably in the initial 3 months, even if you do not have any symptom, we generally treat this condition of asymptomatic bacteriuria. But beyond that, if the graft function is stable, you do not have any symptoms, just because your urine is growing something, many a times we do not treat it. Of course, situations wherein you may be planned for a surgery or a procedure, we do treat. Fifth, it is a situation of recurrent uncomplicated UTI, common in certain group of patients, and sometimes we have to put you on a long-term antibiotic prophylaxis if the UTI episodes are very frequent. So how to manage? In the immediate post-transplant, removal of any foreign material that is there, including the catheter and the stent, wherever applicable, helps in preventing UTI. Then the cotrimoxazole prophylaxis that most of the patients are put on also helps in preventing UTI. Especially in high-risk patients who have a known reflux disease or a voiding disorder, it is important to put them on prophylaxis. General behavior can go a long way, ensuring you drink adequate water to pass dilute urine daily. You can maintain dipsticks at home. Sometimes leukocyte esterase, which can be detected on a dipstick, can give you an early indication, especially if you tend to develop UTIs very often. Genital hygiene is very important. Other methods like intermittent self-catheterization, in case you have a bladder condition wherein you are retaining urine in the bladder, can help in preventing